Hello everyone, I am here to say my truth and share my story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did. I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them.
I'll tell you this, I've heard some sorries from some women, and they'll be crying, blowing snot bubbles. They'll do that again, bro. Not all the time, not all of them, but I've heard some sorries that were real convincing that meant nothing in the end.
To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect as it may seem. I lost myself in our relationship, and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I did, and I have to take accountability for my actions. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around me. I know I've done wrong, I fucked up, and I'm taking time away to seek professional help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong and I did not have to go down that route, and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my
story. Let's think about what that route is, though. People use excuses to cheat on their partner in their relationships. But there's a whole nother aspect to here. This was your blood cousin, G. That has nothing to do with the relationship at all. It really doesn't. Cheating is one thing, and if you feel compelled to cheat and whatever, step out on your relationship, we've seen that before. But the cousin thing has nothing to do with it. And honestly, if you weren't in your relationship, you'd probably be doing it more and more frequently. That's different. That's what we want to see addressed. We don't even really care that much about you apologizing to dude for cheating on him. It was a real bad cheat. You in his crib and stuff, in his bathroom, actively cheating. But that's beside the point. We trying to hear about what you got to say about this being your cousin, G.
Story, and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me in order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name. And I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing it in any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship. There was a rumor going around.
What? You know what I think? Because if y'all seen it, if y'all been following this, y'all saw the video of her making the video with Kenneth, but she was calling him her cousin, right? Stay with me. So then she's saying she never had intercourse outside of a relationship. If she's bamboozled in the head enough to be calling her boyfriend, who is not her cousin, what makes you say that she's not considering her cousin her relationship? So she's technically not lying. Just a game theory. Who knows what she's thinking, but I'm analyzing all this.
That I was cheating my entire relationship, and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about.
She kind of looked like one of them, and I don't mean this in any crazy way, but you know them dogs that got like the dreadlock looking hair? She kind of got that going on. She still look good though.
Me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend, and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it. The next thing I want to address is a very serious topic.
That's something right there. So she's saying that when they made the video where she was calling him her cousin, that was his idea? The plot thickens. I gotta see that. I wonder if he addressed that. So she's saying that was your idea. Interesting. If that was, that's weird.
It is my belief that in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clips and impressions, the thought that somebody's personal struggle with can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a facility in order to get attention from my ex.
YouTube.
I was involuntarily admitted into a facility because I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself or anybody else. I want to say to Snowcone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you don't care, I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone I considered a close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship. When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, he was my first everything, and I met him when I was 18.
Your first boyfriend was your cousin. Let's not forget that.
Just graduated high school and he was 21. There's two sides to every story, and our relationship was unhealthy on both ends. And since he's decided to bring my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be. We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal, but what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to. He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point.
Oh no.
My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues, and he would often use me as an outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried, and he would gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall, and I would tell him to stop because I was scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of, but at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time where me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me. And it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time of my essay, he was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides.
Oh.
Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted.
That's some...
After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continue to accept. This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail, I left. Here's proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and...
Hold on, that's going way too fast.
I left. Here's proof of my...
Started shaking when I seen your text still on you. Oh, geez. Is that him saying that? I've been in hell for these past 11 days. I've been experiencing out on earth. So I mean, judging from this, they low-key still toxic. At least at the time when these were sent. If you really done, bro, be done. Don't even don't.
Ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship.
Ain't no way she think we finna pause and read all this.
Of the letters that he wrote for me, where he confessed to his abuse and confessed to the wrongdoings that he put me
Letters
in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings, and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to re-access the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him.
I can't even lie. I mean, they automatically sound like they super toxic. But I know how things get when you end up finding yourself in real deep love with somebody, and it's been a while. They've been 2 years, but it could be longer for some people. And then you just end up staying through things that you would always told yourself you would never, ever stay through. And even after they do you dirty, you still end up just being kind of lost in the sauce with them and doing things kind of outside your character. Like, I believe that him hitting her up and sending her those freaking novels worth of text messages, that was what he would say is outside of his character. But he was in too deep. He liked her for probably a plethora of reasons, I'm sure. And he kept on just going back and forth with her. And, you know, kind of subconsciously, this is something that people do when they know they should leave and they want to let you go, but deep down they really don't. And so even if they're not hitting you back up like, hey, let's stay together, they're still hitting you back up, even if it's to let you know again that you hurt them. It's just them wanting to talk to you. But that's something that everybody has to grow through and navigate on their own accord.
And it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings. I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice. And I don't believe a relationship should just be reduced to illicit expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all of these gestures, I took my ex back.
I can agree with that.
In February of 2025. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video I recorded after leaving my ex.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but I feel like
She looks different here.
I'm losing my mind, bro. And like, I just need to listen and get help from other people in my life, or maybe therapy. Like, I think like a lot of stuff has been going on like in my life, like I need to stop pretending that I'm sorry, this is so like non-descriptive, but I just kind of want to pour everything out because I'm at a breaking point in my life right now. But it's not your problem at all. At all. But yeah, I need help in that sense. I need to listen and grow up and do better.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for the past 2 years. I was in denial and blamed it on a lot of other things in my life without fully understanding myself. Mental health is so stigmatized to where a lot of people, including me, do not get the help that they need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction.
Yeah, most people with mental health issues, they don't do anything about it. They just try to be there and continue life. If you really got to that point in any type of mental health, just go seek help, whether it be professionally or whether it be just talking to somebody. People need to talk to people. We're humans. We need each other. Do that.
Throughout the past few weeks, I've attempted to multiple times.
Oh, Lord.
The only reason I'm here right now is because I failed. During this fight, I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, and I struggled to take care of my well-being.
Hey.
I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live.
Okay. I need to analyze this before we just put this all on the YouTube. Okay, so I'll look through the rest of the video, and I'm not posting all those details on YouTube. There's a link to our video in the description if you want to see that. But I'll talk about it though. I understand where she's coming from, and I get it, and that's a real issue, and I think she's really, navigating through that. And I hope I hope things get better for her, for sure. Nobody should have to go through that, especially for this 2026 crap we got going on. But so there was a lot thrown into that video, and let's not forget that this was an apology video from her. It was called My Truth, but this is an apology video. She started it off talking about that. A lot of it was really saying that she was in a bad relationship with dude. It was toxic. As we can see, it obviously was toxic. And a little bit does come off as trying to justify it, even though I don't think that's what she was consciously trying to do with this. I don't think she was trying to justify anything. If anything, she said what she did was wrong, which it was. And if the things she accused him of doing, he was wrong too. And they were simply just a toxic couple, which is nothing very out of the ordinary. That's normal. I've been in a toxic relationship before. It happens. My big thing on it is, like I said in the beginning of the video, we don't, well, at least me, I can only imagine most of us don't really care about the cheating part. And if it's just a person cheats on they person in a relationship, y'all need to just talk about that in private and just square that out. If y'all need to leave. If y'all stay, it's gonna be difficult. And most people don't last through that from what I've seen, but they can. So y'all can figure it out on your own. But as far as making a video about this, instead of just calling up Kenneth himself, because he would have picked up if she called it, he would have. Look at that novel he's saying. He would have picked up the phone, G. But we wanted to know about what was going on with the cousin thing, and she really didn't address that. She just said everything I did was wrong. So that kind of throws it in a little basket of apologies. But most of what she was saying and her reasoning behind it was reasons you give if you end up cheating on your partner, which is still an inexcusable thing if you have morals that go along with that. If you're in a relationship where you know it's just supposed to be you and them, then cheating is wrong. If you have a different type of relationship and y'all make the rules and you can do what you want and they can do what they want, whatever, then it's not even cheating. So yeah, cheating is wrong. She didn't really address what we're really thinking about, what really made this pop off. If Kenneth hopped on here and said, oh, my girl cheated on me, this story wouldn't have been lasting long at all. It wouldn't have really gone that viral. Maybe just because he's him with his platform, but besides that, we wouldn't have really cared. But we know why we cared about this. It's what's going on? So I don't think she really addressed that. And then the fact that she tried to bring up the bad things that he did, and it just looks like it's looking for some sympathy, but she should have some sympathy though. She should have some sympathy. She's obviously there's things going on in her head that are messing things up. And that happens more and more often nowadays, that we see with a lot of young people too. A lot of young people. It's hard to navigate this life, as we all know. So people go through their things. So she does need sympathy in that fact. I don't think she should have tried to, throw him under the bus for certain things either, because two wrongs don't make a right, and that just leads to everybody blind, eye for an eye. But this whole scenario should have just been handled by her and her dude in privacy, man. Like, you're gonna get a lot of clout off of this, but this ain't the type of clout you want. Not all press is good press, G. And I don't really know if this truly helped anything. Cause think of it this way. The only thing that we really see her as like weird for or whatever is the whole cousin factor, right? That wasn't addressed here. So now it's just somebody apologizing for cheating on their ex. Like, people get cheated on every day, B. That's whatever. But the cousin thing, that's what we really want to know. So I don't know if this helped. I don't know if this helped anything. I hope she gets the help that she needs. Yeah, man, I think she just needs to get some assistance, bro. She just needs some assistance. She needs some help. And, since she didn't address the cousin thing, I don't know what's up with that. And honestly, most likely, if she didn't get caught, she never would have stopped. She never would have stopped, bro. She never would have stopped. And that's how it goes for most people with most of the things they do. And especially because she's been kind of on that wave for a chunk of her life at this point, since she was a jit. So this video didn't really help her case at all. But I mean, it's cool that she says she's sorry. But for us dudes in here, and shoot, any women too, I'm sure it's been the same vice versa. But we'll be in a relationship, we'll get cheated on, and the girl can sit there and start crying, bawling. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, never again. Woo, 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 crying. I'll do anything. Snot running down their face, tears running down their face. Do the same thing 2 weeks later, bro. It's happened. Not saying that it always happens. Not saying that it's gonna happen. And not generalizing people at all. But we have seen that happen before, is all I'm saying. So it's possible. So that means there's more to it than just saying an apology. There's more that matters than just saying an apology. And once you breach that trust, it is a huge sign of your character and what you value and how you move. It is. Some people have gotten through it, but I don't think I really know any couple that has actually gotten through it successfully without there being a lot of issues afterwards. And I can't think of any couple that I've heard of where one of the people in the couple cheats on them and then everything is just good, even if it's a little while later or something. That I know of. I'm sure there's couples that I probably knew, like older couples, old couples that I knew that it probably happened and they probably ended up okay or something. I just don't know. But I've never witnessed it firsthand myself. So it's just a video. She's saying sorry for cheating on bro, and that happens, but we still don't know what was going on with the whole cousin thing. But honestly, I think that's just a certain, I don't know, there's a certain thing that I would imagine goes on in your brain that doesn't give you that filter. And it could be down to something real scientific, something that's actually going on up in there. And that part of your brain that filters out, family, like blood cousins, from just anybody that's fair game, it might just be, a little hindered or something. And you would have to just mentally beat that at that point. Or maybe they have medications for it, but I don't imagine they make something specifically for that. But, something. Most likely just beating it mentally. So I don't know. With that said, I mean, I guess we glad to hear that she feels sorry about it or whatever, if she really does, because when people get caught, they kind of do this. But I'm not gonna hold her non-credible for what she's saying. I don't know her. I don't know him. But just based off what I've seen, I need more. I need more. I need more. And she said he did the things that he did, but he did respond to that too. And, you know, there was no evidence, even though I don't even like to say that evidence needs to be just provided for everybody that makes these type of allegations, because it's just a messed up world we live in. We don't really know. So I don't want to discredit her, and I don't want to discredit him. I don't want to accuse her, and I don't want to accuse him. But what I can say that did happen, that I know happened, she clapped her cousin. And that wasn't addressed. So with that, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do you think this was a justifiable like video? Do you think this video actually did something? Because maybe I'm seeing something wrong, and I'm trying to be real unbiased here. I'm trying to keep my eyes and ears and thoughts open with this entire situation, because this is weird. But what do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? I think this was kind of just a little bit of a waste of time, and this should have been handled privately. But do y'all think this was worth it? Y'all think it worked or it helped? I don't know. But real interesting situation. Real interesting situation. And it would have been nice if they would have worked out, if she didn't have these types of desires. Because I mean, look at her, she's beautiful. But it is what it is. Beauty is not everything. So yeah, with that being said, man, thank you for tuning in. Drop your comments in the comment section down below, because I want to hear about it. Let's talk about it for real. All right, till next time, G. Stay up, stay blessed. Peace out.